afternoon or evening, and welcome back to Edenia. Today we're playing some more Hermitcraft and we're starting to get ahead in Botania. Now, to get started in Botania, all you really need to do is gather a bunch of flowers. Botania is one of those mods. It has a bit of world gen, you can pick up some items, and well, basically as long as you've still got one of those items saved up, for instance, if I keep one of these mystical flowers at me at all times, I can just progress in the mod, and that's very, very nice. Mystical black flowers, that's exactly what I need. All of these flowers also act as dyes, so that's really good. Cyan flowers, really great, there we go. Some more orange ones. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go around the world, and I'm going to see if I can get all colors. If not, I'm going to use this bone meal here to just spawn the colors I need, because they will randomly spawn where you bone meal the grass like this. So yeah, let's save what we have right now. Let's take a look through this forest, because most of these can be found in the forest. I was able to find 15 out of the 16 flowers. There's 16 colors in total, and we're going to have to use them all. I've made some floral fertilizer, which uses the powder you get from petals. You can put these petals in a pestle and mortar, and you will get some powder, and you can make floral fertilizer to force items to spawn. And these items will always be Botania flowers or mushrooms. Now I need a couple of these to produce the light grey flowers. By the way, if you're ever stuck in a recipe and you don't know what the recipe is, craft yourself one Lexica Botania. It's just a book and a sapling. Strapping a sapling to a book will obviously write it. It's pretty ledge, it says on the front. This is a very nice tutorial book, which will teach you everything you need to know about flowers, how to craft them, how to grow them, how to multiply them, how to combine them with bone meal. And there you go. All you need to know about these. Oh, I didn't even know this. You can multi-craft them. You can make them into a block if you want to. Great to know. What we need to do now, however, is we need to create some more of these magical fertilizers to get the last color we need, and with that last color we can finally but surely get started on Botania, because I just want to be prepared. I don't want to teach you something and how to do something and then have to go into the forest to do some more flower gathering. We just want to get on with it. So let me get the last color and I'll be right back. By the way, I'm cleaning up shop right here, because we've got discs full of shit, really. So what I'm doing is I'm using a storage disk manipulator to empty out the discs we have onto other discs, and then we can upgrade them to 4K storage, because this is getting full rather quickly. So yeah, we need to do something about this. So let's grab another disc and put it in here. Let's put this one up top, so it's as soon as it's done, it will eject itself to the other side, where I can take it, empty it, put it back in here, and create some better discs. That's the idea, at least. I think this is all done. Yeah, this is all done. Great. Alright, now how to make more petals, because sometimes you only have one flower left, and that's a bit of a bummer if you only have one flower left. So what can you do about that? It's very simple. If you plant these in the floor, in the sunlight, and you grow these, they will become tall flowers. Now you can't punch these, you need to use a shears to get the flowers from them, otherwise they're gone. And these tall flowers will produce 4 petals each. So now I can do 8 of these in a row, and that will grant me a total of 1 stack of petals, if I'm not mistaken, or at least a half stack. Yeah, half stack. Sorry about that. And well, basically what you can do is you can use these petals in recipes. So we need to petal every kind of flower we have. There we go. And if we're ever running low on any kind of flower, we'll just simply grow some new ones. So that's really good. Now, how do we get started with with Botania, it's very easy. We need to create something called a pure daisy. It's one of the first flowers you can craft, and it's very simple. We need 4 white petals in a apothecary. Apothecary, that's a nice word. And we need to fill the apothecary with some water and then throw a seed on it. So what we're going to need is we're going to need 1 bucket, that's for sure. A bucket of water. And we're going to need some seeds. There we go, some regular old seeds. And there we go, this one's done, so we can do this. Click, take it out. You can shift right click to take the storage parts out, if you didn't know already. It's a very neat mechanic. So yeah, we've got plenty of petals for every kind of flower. There's a couple of which I could use a bit more, but for now that's fine. We need to do at Botania. There we go. We need to make the petal the apothecary. No, what's it? What do I need? Apothecary. Wow. All right, I'm gonna have a blast with that word. So yeah, we need to make one of those. There we go. It's very easy. You just need any old petal and some slabs and some cobblestone. We do have the slabs, we don't have the cobblestone. That's an easy fix, luckily. So it was something like this. Yes, it was. Great. Now this goes outside, preferably, because it needs some water all the time. So I think it's best... Would this work if we put it next to a well? Would it fill itself? No, it won't fill itself. That's a bit of a bummer. Alright, so... you know what? We'll put it next to the well anyway, because we can take water from here. There we go. Alright, so pure daisy. 1 pure daisy coming up. We need 4 of these. You can just throw them in with Q. You can also right click if you prefer. There you go. You can't right click, I just found out. That's a bit of a lie then. And this is now a pure daisy. Now this pure daisy is a very nice flower, and its main use is turning items into other items. If you press U on what it's used for, you can see it's used to make living rock, living wood. Will transform netherrack into cobblestone. It will transform soul sand into sand, ice into packed ice, blaze lamp in obsidian, and water into snow. So can we put these in the water then? That would be it. No, I didn't think so. That's I'm wondering how that's done then. Probably something like this. We'll just leave it standing here for now. That's fine. And we're going to take a quick nap, and we're going to grab some rocks, cook up some stone, and we'll make some living rock and living stone. Now, to make any of those items, living rock, living wood, all of that, simply place them around your pure daisy. Your pure daisy will do the rest. It will take a bit of time, but this stone will eventually turn into living rock, and also wood will turn into living wood. And is that an enderman I hear somewhere near? Oh, it should be over there, yes. Because I'm very eager to get your pearls, Mr. Enderman. There we go. That's great. And as you can see, there we go, living rock has been made. And you can do this in any configuration if you want. You can put the logs sideways, and you can put them like this. You can even throw in some stone. That's all fine and dandy. This will produce the items you need. Now, to get rid of a couple of items in our inventory, let's just quickly deposit these. The rest we kind of need, actually. So there we go. Now, to create some mana, because we want to, I really want to make something called the Ring of Magnetization. And this ring, there it is, costs a couple of mana steel and a magnetizing lens, and the lens itself costs a fair bit of mana steel as well. So we need mana to turn steel into mana steel. Also, we need 1 gold ingot, and we're gonna need 9, at least 9, Oh, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 iron ingots, of which one will remain an iron ingot and the rest will have to be... Oh, there we go, and this has turned as well. It's a good idea to always have something waiting here, because you never know where you might need that couple more living wood or living rock. Now, first off, we're going to need a crafting bench here, but we can use this one, I guess. First thing we're going to build is a mana pool, and this mana pool will gather mana for us if we throw something in it. Now, let's put this somewhere here, temporarily. That's fine. Now, we need some mana producing items, and there is something called the Black Lotus. I found this in the book, but I don't know if these Black Lotus will actually work, but we'll see. Simply by throwing them into your mana pool, you'll create mana. Do they work like this, or is it specifically the Botania? Yeah, it's specifically the Botania Black Lotus. This doesn't really do anything except create black dye. Right, this is just a black dye replacement. Alright, great. So if there's no water around for miles, you can still get black dye. That's good to know, but not what we need right now. So we need to create some mana, and to create mana, we need any old flower that will create it. So let's take a look at the options as displayed in the book. There we go. And let's this is mana generation. Any kind of flower in this category will generate mana. The Endo Flame is probably the easiest. It's just throw coal at the flower and the flower will produce mana. That's all very nice, but not the best. We do also need a mana spreader, I almost forgot, and a wand of the forest. So this is a mana spreader, right? And does it tell us how it's made? Yes, it's made with gold, some living wood, and any old petal. That's fine. We do have an extra bit of gold, and we do have petals, so that's nice. Let's see, living wood like this. One piece of gold and a petal. Or am I doing it wrong? Yes, I was doing it wrong. There we go. One mana spreader. That's fine. We only need one for now. And a wand of the forest. Now let's take a look. If we type in Botania, there's a couple of wands. And let's see. Wand of the forest. Any old... yeah, any old petal will do, really. Any combination of petals. So we can make it any color we like. First of all, let's create some of these twigs, because we're going to need them. And the wand of the forest is kind of like the wrench. Let's make it... you know, I really love green. So let's make it green. And I love light blue as well as a color. So let's make it green and light blue. There we go. It's in bind mode. That's fine as well, I guess. Alright, so now... Oh, this is done. Great. Let's just keep this going, shall we? Now, anything that happens with this mana pool, this will need to collect mana from the spreader. So let's make a bit of room. Let's put it somewhere like here. That's going to be fine. Just a bit more to the left. I'm going to be very, very perfect about this. Alright, so we're going to need mana generation. So we'll put the mana spreader here. This is actually going into the mana pool already, so that's fine. Shift right click to actually focus it on the mana pool. It will be slightly slanted, as you can see, but it will actually target the mana pool. That's fine. And now we need to find a flower that will actually help us with generating mana. Let's see. Gormarillas is a hungry flower. It will eat food. Alright. Eating food. That's oh, that takes a couple of runes. We're not ready for runes yet, so let's just start with an Endo Flame, right? It's one of the easiest. Takes brown, light grey, and red to create one of these. So that's fine. So we need some brown. We need some red, and some light grey. I know for a fact that we don't have a lot of light grey. We do now because we've been multiplying it for a bit. So we can make one of these. So brown, brown, light grey, wherever it is, and red. Alright, now that's in. One seed, and there we go, electric magic. So let's put this one down and let's feed it some coal. One of these flowers will do for now. Coal, we could use coal blocks, right? I think that's a bit more efficient. There we go, we've got 15 coal blocks. Nice. So let's put this in and let's connect this one to that with the wand of the forest. So this will probably start gathering mana now. Yeah, there we go. Now there's mana in the pool. And the more mana that's in the pool, there we go. We can now output it into something else. That's the if the arrow is pointing towards the pool, things will go into the pool, and if it's pointing out, you can use it for something else. So that's also very good to know. Let's put the last bit of stone we have in front of this. There we go. Nice. We'll get the wood ready because we're probably going to need some wood later on. And now we need to create some mana steel. Now this is not enough mana to produce some mana steel, so we're probably going to need some more of these flowers. Now luckily these are very cheap. So let's 2 of these, 1 of those, and a red one, and a seed. Now also if you shift right click with an empty hand, or shift click with an empty hand, what was it? Something. Oh, I've apparently I did something which I wasn't supposed to do. There we go. There was a command which I can't remember sadly, but there was a command to quickly craft this if you had just crafted it. But this will do as well. We'll have 3 of these flowers. That's fine, and we'll put some more coal blocks down on the floor. Hopefully this will spread. Yes, this will spread. And we can combine this endo flame with that spreader, and this endo flame with that spreader. And now we'll have 3 times the mana. We could upgrade this, of course, but then we need to create some more of these petals, and I don't really feel like it right now. So let's just wait for this to process until we have enough mana to actually do something. There we go, and let's put some more of these down. Let's have a sleep as soon as we can. There we go, and we'll build the ring in the morning. So now that we have a bit of mana, it's very easy to make some mana steel. I've already made some by accident, because the only thing you have to do is drop it in. And if you have enough mana, it will transform into mana steel. So we've got a couple of ingots, and we probably need some in the near future, so that's not too bad. Let's put this all in, because we're going to need it. Let's make the ring itself first. Where is it? The ring of magnetization. We need for that a lens, which we can do like this. And then we need some iron and some gold. There we go. And now we can wear this in our baubles slot. This ring will go into one of these slots. Doesn't really matter where. And now everything you drop on the ground or is dropped in the world will be will come floating to you. So if I go ahead and do something like this, you can see the particles, all the vegetables just flow towards me. Look at that. It's that easy. It's that easy to just get all of the stuff. You don't have to walk around all the time going over every single one of them. All that is done. You can just store it in one of your there we go, one of your drawers or your planks or whatever you have, and that's all. It's that easy. So This doesn't take any mana because you used mana to create it, is the theory. So you don't really need to use mana all the time. There are things for which you need to use mana, like rods and wands and what have you, but it doesn't really require it right now. So that's really good to have. And as you can see, these will still be used by the Endo Flames because the ring only starts to magnetize things if they've been on the ground for a couple of seconds after you've thrown them. Anything that comes from the world will automatically float towards you, like this barley. That's all nice, but there we go, a bit of barley on the shelves, why not? But if you throw it on the ground yourself, like this, it will only start flowing towards you after a couple of seconds, and I believe it's exactly 5. There we go. So that's a really neat item we can make with Botania. It doesn't take any power either, so that's because there are electromagnets in this game. If you take a look at electromagnets, these are really nice to have as well, but take conductive iron, electrical steel, a vibrant crystal for which you need vibrant alloys, which is made in an alloy smelter with ender pearls. This is just iron and gold, and most people have iron and gold, but you need to start up the tech tree. So you need to do something like this setup. This is a very easy setup, a very common setup as well. Now let's take a look at all the other fun things we can make with Botania. Let's see, mystical items. Mana steel equipment, that's also very nice. Assembly halos is kind of like a crafting table. Mana weave, pasture seeds. So what is a pasture seed? Which will grow grass in any barren area via simple right click on the dirt. So this is the equivalent of ex nihilo. Oh, you can use podzol and mycelium as well. But the ex nihilo grass seeds will make pasture seeds, so you can just turn dirt into grass. So that's really nice. There's also, yeah, you can make infestation spores, or you can make boreal seeds. That's all very nice, very good to have, and it just takes a bit of dye, a bit of blaze power, infused, mutated, dry. There's all sorts of seeds you can make, so that's really good to have. A rod of the depths. Oh, it places cobblestone instead of land, because there is a rod of the lands. There we go. Rod of the lands is a very neat item to use in skyblocks, because it will provide you with dirt. As long as you have mana on your person, you will create dirt. And that's just a couple of the things you can make with Botania. It's also very good at automating things, because there's all sorts of flowers in this mod, functional flowers as they're called. Let's see, where is it? Functional flowers. There we go, functional flora. So there is, for instance, there is the hopper hawk, which takes items that have fallen around it in a 10 block radius and will collect them into the chest it's next to. So that's really good. Let's see, there is a Daffer mill. Haven't heard of that one before. It pushes at the cost of a small amount of mana any items found in front of it. So it's kind of like a fan from other mod packs that will push items and mobs into, it will funnel them, so to speak. So that's very nice to have. Let's get this out as well. There we go. So yeah, we've got all sorts of stuff we can use. We're gonna put all of these items, we're gonna put them all in the computer for now. That's fine, because we're not going to use any mana right now. What I do want to do to top this episode off is I want to make some 16K storage drives. So let's do end refined. There we go. And let's put this on normal select for a while, so this stays all the time. We've got some 4K storage parts, right? Yeah, so we just need basic processors, which is right. We can do that. We just need the right stuff. So this one solderer I have is very slow to use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to craft some upgrades and solder these into speed upgrades. Now these will go in these slots right here. So as long as there's a speed upgrade in it, it will go very much faster. There we go. This is already double as fast. So this will be 8 times as fast, I believe. All the way up to 64 times as fast, as far as I know. So that's really good to have. There we go. This is a lot faster already. It does drain a bit more power, but this is still running off the old windmills up there. So that's fine and dandy. That's really cool. Also starting to get rid of the gravel in here, so we should start seeing some silicon pour in very soon, so that's very good as well. There we go, printed, and now we need the diamond ones, printed improved process and basic process, but we do also want the advanced processes along with these basic processes to make some more interesting storage drives that don't constantly require us to shuffle all the items inside. So now that I've made a couple of upgrades, we can apply these to basically anything. If I want to drain a disk, look at how fast this is going. That's really fast, and these disks will be drained in no time. I've got some 4K storage drives in here now. I'm going to make one 16K storage drive, then transfer everything to the 16K, and eventually I just want to make one of these 64K storage drives. I've got the stuff I need, but I just need to do the processes in between. So I'm going to need to make a lot of these. I don't really know how many I need. Let me take some sand, because we've got some more sand. Let's put it in here so we can get some more glass. Let's see, so we need one of these. No, not one of these. One of these. There we go. And one of these blue ones will require 3 of these, which will require 3 of these, which will require 3 of those. Which would mean 63 of these in total to make it. That's a lot. That is a lot. And we can make a couple, but I don't think I have enough glass to start with. Alright, let's make some 16K first then. There we go. Post these online. Up there we go. 3 of those. And let's use these up to make a 16K storage drive. There we go. One of those will suffice for now. There we go. 116K. Let's put those in at the top. Now I can now drain all of this, put these in here, get the items out. Now these are 1K storage disks, so I can drain them from their contents, put these in here, and these will now empty into the bigger one, into the 16K storage drive, and that will eventually have to be dropped into a 64 storage K drive. But that's going to take a while, I wager. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call it there. Thank you very much for watching this episode. If you did like this episode, you are free to leave a like. If you didn't like this episode, there's also a dislike button. It doesn't really help the channel, but at least you're being honest on the internet. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you all again next time. Have a great day.